we are in my apartment right now. Instead of doing a workout video today, we're gonna do what's inside of my gym bag. So these are all the things that have been inside of my gym bag since like the past 15 years, and these are things that I think will be helpful for you in your fitness journey. So I kind of just want to go through some things. So the first thing, also, by the way guys, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. This is just generally what I think, and I think they're really helpful tools to have in your arsenal. So the first one is just some kind of an elastic band, a stretchy band. This one I got from Rogue Fitness. I've had it for years. It's really helpful for my deadlift, especially when I'm working on things like bar speed, but it's also really good for just mobility, right? Like if I'm doing shoulder mobility, warming up, making sure that my shoulders are stretched. I really like to use these on bench days. I don't bench press that heavy anymore, which I don't know. I am thinking about getting back into bench pressing, but this is a good tool to utilize where you basically go over while you warm up, and right before bench you can basically do a couple of these just to squeeze. You can go one side to squeeze more. But yeah, a lot of the gym is about longevity, and I feel like this has been a really helpful tool for helping me, keep healthy and stable shoulders and really preventing any injuries. The next thing that is also in my gym bag are basically some kind of compression shorts. I also do think I did get this from Rogue Fitness a while back or years ago. Or maybe it's from another company. I can find out and maybe link it in the description. But yeah, these are really good for just keeping your hips warm, especially when you're doing heavy compound movements like squatting, deadlifting. I find these are really helpful for my hip and my overall thigh and groin region, just because you want to stay warm. You don't want the muscles to get loose, especially when you're doing compound lifts where it's going heavy and you're taking a long time and rest between set to set. I find this to be really helpful, and they're really cheap. So definitely you should give these a go, and they're really helpful. What else do I have in my gym bag? Another thing that I have are wrist, elbow wraps. So elbow wraps are really helpful because they help you prevent injuries. I got these from PR. This is Larry Wheel's company. I got these many years ago. And yeah, they're really helpful for benching. I found that these are really helpful to allow you to lift more weight. So basically, when you think about the human body, you also have the CNS, and your CNS has to get trained. So I found that when I use these, basically, I can use a heavier weight and a heavier load, and that's really overloading my CNS. So maybe this week I'm doing 275 and with the wraps on, and then I'll go to a lighter weight with 225 and I won't use the wraps, and the weight will feel a little bit lighter, and it'll basically, because it's I've almost primed my CNS and taught the body how to handle a heavier load, that when I go down to a lighter load, it's a lot easier. So it is a little bro sciencey what I just said, but if you ask around the block, anybody will tell you that these are really helpful in implementing and utilizing, basically getting your strength stronger. So let's talk about some other stuff. Another thing that I also have in here are wrist wraps. They're called ones are called figure eights. Let's see, where are they from? I don't know. It's from grippowerpads.com. So, I mean, any company really will have good figure eight straps. And I found that figure eights are really good for double overhand grip movements. So if I'm doing a conventional deadlift and I'm double overhand, I just actually recently started practicing sumo double overhand. I found that that's a really strong position for me. But these are really helpful for your grip strength, and pretty much you're not going to be able to lose or let go of the bar. Different people have different philosophies on this. I think it's important to do some things with straps. Like my top set I'll typically do with straps, but my back off sets I won't do with straps to really work on my grip strength. Everybody's different, but regardless, these are going to be really helpful for your grip strength, and are really helpful for movements where you're deadlifting and you don't really want to worry about your grip. So these are really helpful. Next, we also have a singlet. This is just something that I have in my gym bag. I don't always wear it. Sometimes I will if I'm doing something I don't compete in powerlifting. I like to do it just for fun and do it really more for myself. But yeah, maybe if I'm doing a mock meet or on my PR day, I might wear something like this. Nobody will be in the gym, but I'm just having fun and enjoying myself. Next, I also have is a belt. So there are multiple kinds of belts. This is a lever belt. I found this to be really helpful. Unfortunately, my lever belt is broken. I do need to fix it. If you guys watch any of the episodes in the Power Builder series, you know why my belt is broken, because I slammed it. But I've had this one for years. There's a lot of great companies. It is very important if any of you guys are serious about lifting or want to compete in powerlifting for whatever reason, the belt has to be under the federation. It has to meet the federation standards. So like this one wouldn't meet the federation standards, but again, I also don't technically compete. I just do it for fun. But still, pretty awesome to use and pretty, really helpful for your compound movements like your squat and your deadlift. There are some people that like to bench with their belt on. I've never been one of those people, but yeah, to each is their own. Next, we also have our knee sleeves. So knee sleeves are really helpful. These things can get really smelly, so make sure you always wash them whenever you can. It's really important to get some knee sleeves that are really, really tight and compressed. So I'll do some sets with knee sleeves, some sets without. But this is from a company called, I forgot the official name of it. They're called Stoic. Yeah, so Stoic. They make really good knee sleeves. I know I just said I forgot the name of it, but I'm being honest with you guys, they make really good knee sleeves. You can ask anybody in powerlifting. They have some of the best knee sleeves out there. They also make really good elbow wraps from what I've been told. I haven't used them. They make things like elbow wraps, and they also make, on top of that, wrist wraps. But yeah, I mean, having knee sleeves, this one smells awful right now, are really helpful, going to be helpful for, those squatting sessions, everything, So knee sleeves, awesome, boom, love them. Following up on this, also have elbow wraps or not elbow wraps, but elbow sleeves for benching. I don't use these that much because I just generally don't power lift or really focus on like heavy pressing powerlifting anymore. But I use these a lot when I was younger, and they are definitely good to just keep your elbows warm and healthy, and just making sure you help avoid an injury, and they're definitely really good. Next we have some wrist wraps. So again, wrist wraps. I did this incorrectly. Wrist wraps, so here, I have 2 pairs. You should not put your wrist wraps in your gym bag like this, and there's a reason why. Because you have a bunch of stuff like this, and when you're looking for one, it can get really annoying. This is how you should put away your wrist wraps. You should put them away like this. This is the pair I've been recently using, but I basically roll it all into one, and when I roll it all into one, it's just a lot easier to find inside my gym bag, and yeah, it's not annoying when you do it like this. I don't know why that was a terrible example, but whatever. What else? Another thing that I also have in here is called Slingshot. Slingshots this is one of those things that you won't really need unless you're kind of like, you really like powerlifting on the side. But what I've found with slingshots is that they're really helpful with your bench press. Think of it almost as like, the best way I can describe it is that it's almost like a lever for the bench press, right? It's going to help you like overload the amount of weight that you can do, and then once you come, the theory is, or not even the theory, the way it works is that once you come out of the slingshot, you should be like getting stronger from week to week, so that you can handle a load that when you had it with the slingshot, basically like the slingshot's going to help you bench press more, but like it's going to like prime you and teach you to be under those heavier loads. And the theory, I guess, is that if you can bench more in the slingshot, then your standard bench press should go up. So as long as you're progressing in the slingshot bench press, your standard bench press should go up. And it is really helpful. I found it helpful. Again, not sponsored by any of these companies, but a really helpful tool. Also, it's really helpful for overall shoulder health as well, because it basically makes sure that your body performs the biomechanic to a T. And on top of that, your shoulder is going to be coming out. So really helpful. Another thing that I have in my gym bag are smelling salts. Smelling salts are really helpful. This one is kind of old. I don't even think it still works. Let me see. It's probably a bad idea to do on camera. Yeah, it's not. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, this one works still. It works, but it's not that strong. It's weak. It's a lot weaker. It's not. It still works a little bit, but it's not that strong. I think it's some of it leaked. You can see at the top of there. I need to just clean off. I think some of it fell. But yeah, smelling salts are really helpful. They really overdrive your CNS. So when they overdrive your CNS, it basically teaches your body to be in a fight or flight mode, and you have to go and attack the weight. So smelling salts are great. What else is in my gym bag? Another thing in my gym bag is a lifting journal. This is one of my favorite things. I have hundreds of these. These basically, I really love lifting journals because it kind of shows you where you've come from in the past and the things that you were able to do in the past. So like the first couple pages are actually from when I was working on Wall Street, and I, this is actually one of the few times where I really bulked and put on a lot of weight. But I can just see the weights that I used to move, and now I don't even move them anymore. 225 for 18 in a slingshot. Yeah, I don't bench press like that anymore. I probably could if I focused on it, but yeah, I don't do that anymore. But yeah, that's crazy. It's actually also humbling too, because you can see where you've come, and it's really cool. Let's see. 20 seconds, 5. Yeah, it's so cool. But yeah, I just pretty much write down all my lifts in here and track everything. But I've never really looked at the front of it. I'm a lot further now in this lifting journal. So, all right. Last couple things. I also have a water bottle in my lifting bag. I know it sounds stupid, but I don't like walking back and forth in between the gym. So if I have just a water bottle and it's full, I'm pretty much able to just sip it in between sets, and I don't really have to, lose focus or walk away. I can pretty much take a sip, and within that 30-second window, I'll be good to go and be able to hit my set go from set to set. So that's another thing in my lifting bag. There's a couple more things. Also, roll tape. I talked about this a little bit in the Road to 700, a really old YouTube episode, but I basically use the tape if I ever tear a callus. So the tape basically protects the callus. If you guys want to find that, it's in the Road to 700, but I basically wear that tape to cover a callus. And it typically will happen when I'm doing some kind of deadlift, or if my hands are kind of soft because I haven't done deadlifts for maybe 3 or 4 weeks. That's when something like that will be really helpful. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for the video. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Really like the video if this type of content is helpful. And I will see you guys all in the next one, and see you guys at the top. Peace out.